Hello, Aries. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well. Let's see, Aries, how your energy will be at this moment. Keep in mind this reading is general. Take what resonates with you. And it applies to everyone who has Sun, rising, Moon, or Venus in the sign of Aries. Aries, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Remember to turn on all the notifications. If you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts. I will be uploading new content. If you need a personal consultation with me, write to me at the email shown on the screen. I will be sending you all the information you need. And pay attention, because there is also the possibility to call these 3 phone lines that have been activated for Argentina, Spain, and the rest of the world, where you will be able to contact a tarot hotline 24 hours a day. You will be able to communicate with my team of tarot readers who will be answering all your questions. We are going to channel a message for the sign of Aries. You start with a lot of change. Wheel of Fortune, the 2 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Cups. All right. You start off strong because I feel like you're going to start feeling that speed, right? That speed of how your whole life is changing, and it's changing all at once, right? It's changing in an unexpected way. This can be like a before and after in your life, right? You're letting go of many things. You're leaving many things behind, but many new things are appearing in your life. Many new things are appearing. Options, and you're choosing. It's like you've aligned yourself with your destiny. Everything has been set in motion, and you've opened yourself up to life's surprises, to unexpected events. Things might be happening faster than you thought or believed. If this affects you emotionally, sometimes your emotions can feel like highs, like they go up and down. Sometimes it can make you feel a little dizzy, it's true, but this is for you to realize, Aries, that you have entered a new cycle in your life. I feel that this new cycle is full of opportunities, and that's the main thing. It's like it's opening the doors to a new world for you. Above all, to a new horizon, much bigger and more expansive. I feel like this change is pushing you to step out of what you know, to experience something that has never been experienced before. Whether it's a trip, an adventure, a job, or a personal life, that life you've visualized, that life you've dreamed of. To say this is not just a dream, this is real, I can manifest this. I just have to get out of this zone, and I feel like change is pushing you to get out. You're at a point where you're envisioning and planning a lot for your personal future. I see you empowered, and I see that you're seeing that empowered version of Aries who is getting closer to you. That Aries who trusts, that Aries who is in control, that confident Aries, that Aries who has strength and vigor. So that's the version you're starting to bring out because you have the opportunity here. You have the chance to start something completely new, to start a new project. And that's why I say, this won't just remain a vision. It won't stay as a fantasy. Instead, this is going to start manifesting. It's going to start taking shape. It's going to start to become visible. What I feel is that all these changes you're experiencing right now, Aries, are changes that affect you a lot on an emotional level for this time, but in a super positive way. Because what I see here is peace. What I see here is tranquility. The change here is not chaos. The change here is not destruction. The change is not violent. The change is a quick change. It's an intense change, yes, but it's a very positive change for your life, for your personal life, for your emotional or sentimental life. That's why I say that this change brings you security. There's an Aries here who is really maturing emotionally and also maturing a lot in his relationship and in his connections with other people.
Em,
I feel like you're very confident with what you're feeling right now and gaining a lot of wisdom with your heart.
mm,
So I feel that like the change, it's a change that's bringing you peace. It's a very positive change. Let's see what else we have, where this reading is going. Aries. Attention, Aries. I also feel that you might have some idea or some kind of revelation these days that could be like a sort of invention. By invention, I mean an invention at the project level. That is, I've come up with a great idea to generate a new source of income for launching a project. But there's something there that I feel is going to come to you spontaneously, a kind of revelation. I feel it. Attention, attention, Aries. Let's see what else we have. You have the Three of Wands here. You have the King of Wands here. Very good position. And here we have the Devil. So much intensity. And here we have the Hierophant. But I see a lot of control. That's what's important because, Aries, these are days when you're going to feel the fire ignite inside you. Where you're going to reconnect again, saying, my soul has come back to my body, the fire has returned to me. The passion for life, the passion for your goals, passion on a personal level. I feel like you're going to start feeling that boldness and say, I dare. I dare to do anything. Very connected to what your spirit is, Aries. It's like you're going to be connecting with that personal power. It's the personal power that awakens. Maybe you've been asleep. We're coming? We're coming from the Pisces season. We're very close to the start of your season. And surely this has to do with the fact that you're going to start feeling that sun. That sun that makes you creative. That sun that gives you that leadership quality of here I am. I can create it. I feel like Aries is completely renewed here. And this renewal,
em,
I see you there already planning for the future. I see you're projecting a lot of things into your future, whether they're goals or objectives. It could also be a move. It could be a trip. It could be a project, a relationship. But you're visualizing, you're seeing, accessing. It's like you're remote viewing. You keep your mind open. And I feel that this new future you're starting to visualize is a future very different from what you would have imagined some time ago. That's why I say there's a surprise factor here. There's something that has changed in your life. And you're starting to visualize a new reality in the short, medium, and long term as well. Now, your fire is igniting at this moment and it's burning strong, but it lights up with different intensities. There's a lot of magnetism, there's a lot of passion, but also maybe here the challenge is to find the limits so you don't burn yourself and so you don't burn those around you. We know that fire illuminates, but it can also burn if there's no control over this element. Be careful with excesses because there can be so much bold energy and a sense of daring that sometimes you might end up going too far. There might be very impulsive reactions, sometimes unnecessary risks, overwhelming desire, overwhelming passion. There might also be temptations there. It's like there's a shadow there that's testing you. There's something it has seen. Whenever there's too much light, it appears, there's a shadow to balance things out. But maybe that's the challenge. If the shadow appears here, the shadow appears. What I also feel is, pay attention to how you also focus your personality. From personal power, or be careful, because sometimes there can be an abuse of power here. This is like trying to control. The King of Wands controls himself. The devil needs to control his exterior, his environment. He can't see inside himself. So that's the difference. I feel that if it has appeared, it's because they're getting closer. There are also lessons here right now, not as learnings, but as lessons to refine your personality. You're at a moment where you're renewing your personality, but I feel that here, there are things you're going to start learning through these tests you'll have, where you'll probably have to control yourself. See if you have any attachments or if there are influences here as well. For example, they could be influences from your environment. Toxic influences, like saying I'm forming a new personality, I'm renewing myself. But you're not exempt from some influence here that can sometimes change that energy in another direction. Because it's like saying this is a test of your confidence. So those choices you've made in your life or that you're making for your future remain. They stand firm. Let's see what else we have. Aries sign. Let's look over here at the High Priestess. You are super intuitive, feeling and feeling deeply, observing the Five of Wands. Five of Pentacles. All right. King of Wands. Five of... Pay attention to your surroundings. We just mentioned it. And we're talking about your surroundings. They can be circles of friends, social settings, in some cases family settings, but there's a group of people here. There are people here. There may be a tension, the energy of a secret being discovered or a revelation you're going to have about a group of people or a particular person is very strong. This revelation may come in a very unexpected way, either because you've observed something, you've read something, or you've received some kind of intuition about someone. For instance, if this concerns a friendship, right? The thing here is the reactions, because what I feel is, what is it that comes to light? You can start to see it in your surroundings. Pay attention because it's there. This part here, the topic of the devil, it has to do with a shadow that's being projected. That's why you'll be observing beyond what's obvious. You'll be like lifting the veil in your surroundings, right? From a place of power. Sometimes when people see someone like that, they see you so empowered, so strong, so determined about what you want for your future. It can happen here. There can be issues of jealousy here. The jealousy is strong. Yes, there can be envy as well. There can be friction with some people. Or that these people, some of them, might plot something there. Some kind of scheme, some kind of emotional manipulation. Or it could also be emotional blackmail. But they're acting out of insecurity. They're acting out of fear. They're also acting here. It could be out of anger. There's something here that agitates or bothers them, maybe because of your change or your choices, okay? What I feel is that you have already made up your minds. Here you have the opportunity. Notice that a flame has been lit. A flame that is literally going to turn into a bonfire. And this is about your rebirth, about the new version of Aries. An Aries who stands their ground. An Aries who I feel is starting to embody the life of their dreams on a personal level. And you're starting to see it, but this is causing a lot of agitation on the outside in your environment. And maybe that's the test for you to stay firm with the decision you've made. Yes, that's why I say that situations can happen with some people where
Eh,
if there's any issue of rejection, if there's any issue here of I didn't expect that from that person, or of disloyalty as well, there's a root of issues of control or jealousy. It's like saying these people can't control you. These people have realized that, or they don't have, it's like the shadow has lost power over you because you have empowered yourself. You have taken your own power. So that's why here the shadow is kind of angry. It's got some rage there. The thing is to see in what kind of people, in what environments you project that shadow.
mm,
Let's see Aries. Let's check Aries. What's in the oracle? I feel like there are many situations you didn't understand before, or that didn't make sense to you, especially about your surroundings, about a certain person. You'll start understanding them as your intuition sharpens. And that's why I say there's something you're going to discover. There's something that's going to start coming to light that before made you feel doubt or confusion, especially about someone, about a person, or about a group of people. Aries, you guys are still here with the dog. And the dog tells us about friends. He tells you that today I will love unconditionally. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. Dear Aries, this is what we've seen. For all of you, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you here next time.